Let's stop and get a Z story at the lighthouse, and then we'll go on. Alright, let's grab something from here. We'll grab Speak to the Crew, we lost Terra, and we get a Z story. Perfect. Alright, let's head off. Try to find... I think we also need to find that place, Nubia, was it? To return a package. We got a lot of stuff that we still need to do, and I imagine a lot of it's over here. Let's hope we find it. Alright, pulling into Station 3, and I actually forgot that I wanted to... No, I can't. I was gonna switch my officers, because she gives slightly less veils, but it gives iron and engine power, which is really solid. Let's see what that does. Does it make me faster? I can't tell. I feel faster, but that also could just be placebo effect, so I have no idea. It does feel good to have 45 iron, though. Hey, it looks like I found Pigmoat Island. I think this is a place we needed to go. I think. Once upon a time. Why? I couldn't tell you. Oh wait, maybe it was the Santa thing. That might have been it. I have no idea. Let's see what's waiting for us in port. Maybe some supplies if we're lucky. There's no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotting dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth from which sprout stunted palms? Not quite. Tall fungal growth with fronds like caps, as if someone had sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. Disembark, see what awaits you. Sure. War? As you step on the quay, you hear clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see off in the distance smoke rising from beyond the hill, and dots of fire flecking on the horizon. Two tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, as if waiting your approach. Interesting. Okay. Oh, shoot. There we go. A literary interlude. The following is an extract from the popular Diary of a Z Captain from London to Irem, and what we did there before we arrived. Wash ashore on Mutton Island, and subsequently serialized in the unexpurgated Gazette. The author identity remains unknown. The Tale of Pigmoat Isle, in which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, a war is declared, a most singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. Chapter 1. Delegation. The figures were rodents. To my left, as a Radis Faber wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed. Welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The rat stepped back. At precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of CAVIES. I am Lady Augusta Devereux Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches. Invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The two stood at attention, looking at me expectantly. I spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes had a wave cold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves away from London. Its cats and snuffers, its rat-skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the rat star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat. The chief engineer nodded towards the distant hill. One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of CAVIES saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? Interesting. A night out of habit. The seneschal cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess' own before speaking. Grace Na, the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered this land, and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain, no city walls be left for him to gain. Save the rats that squeak behind the mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance. Assured shall be our glories and their fall, when our lady's eyes restored to be our hull. The seneschal composed herself and added, We saw truth and beauty by the light of our lady's eye on Mount Caveat, but the rats with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rabble, and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvet of our paws. Will you join us? Man. I kind of want to side with the engineers, but also the guinea pig. It sounds like they have a right to the star, but also they don't seem like good people. Because they admitted that they came, saw it, and then took it. And they've been here a while. So that means it was theirs. Subjugation, yeah, sure, guinea pig. Yeah, guinea pig. I was ready to make my choice. As you can well imagine, I faced quite a dilemma. Their red eyes stared up at me, waiting for my choice. I attempted to broker a peace. Oh, I could try to do that. We're more numerous than their differences. I mean, so the thing is, right, is like, they could live in peace, and they both like the star. They could just put it somewhere they can both see it, right? Yeah, I try to broker a peace. My words helped them reach agreement. The chief engineer and the seneschal shared a look, then regarded me with a scornful amusement. Yes, smirked the chief engineer, you're obviously much cleverer than us. Oh, much, murmured the seneschal. You clearly know us much better than we know ourselves. Apparently idealism would not help here. Okay, well... Apparently they're... Well, now I want to smack both of them. Yeah, fine, you know what? Get bonked, I guess. A friend to CAVIES. I bowed to the seneschal, who purred with pleasure, while the chief engineer gnashed his teeth, but kept his distance. You've chosen wisely, Captain, said the seneschal. Come, I will explain our situation to you in greater detail. Okay, I got some stuff. Oh my god. That's badass. The seneschal led me to the southern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of raised mounds of earth mixed with fortifying strips of mushroom flesh, which I supposed to be makeshift walls. The settlement was dazzling. The side of the island appeared to be absurdly wreathed in scintillac. The CAVIES dwelling was awash with silver phosphorescence. It was a large colony. Most noticeable was the steam pinnace, the impossible lamb, that had run aground, from which CAVIES came and went, bearing supplies. To the right of the ship, farther down the beach, a large group of CAVIES lay on bundles of colorful cloth, whining and wailing as if in pain. To the left of the ship was a ramshackle tent of poles and linen, in front of which the guinea pigs clashed against each other and sharpened their teeth. In the center of the village was a covered dais, veritably festooned with the colorful cloth and guarded by well-decorated knights. I suspect this is where King Gracena kept counsel. Be welcome, Captain, in the kingdom of Cavia, capital of our isle, and blessed by the light of Our Lady's eye. The seneschal spoke solemnly. but with a hint of sadness to her words. Or so it was, and shall be again. I must speak with our king and prepare your arrival. My page will show you the area, and bring you in the sight of his splendor in good time. Page? A much smaller guinea pig, its fur braided with a slender strip of parabola linen, scurried over and bowed. The seneschal took her leave. I visited the hospital. Were those guinea pigs quarantined? The Black Death. Oh God. An elderly looking cavie greeted me, eyeing me gravely. Many of us sickened during the voyage, a rotting in our teeth, a weakness in the flesh. This isle was our salvation. The stronger among us made a pilgrimage towards the pool of Our Lady's light, and then, miracles of miracles, they were cured. They bathed in her, drank her sweet waters, and the strong brought the weak to her in return. Soon we were thriving again, bearing our children and raising them to love Our Lady's eyes, to see it in our deliverance. The elder looked sorrowfully at the sick under her care. Since the rats stole her, the sickness has returned. All this light is but a mockery of hers, and we gain from it no benefit. The only thing, the elder's ears and voice flattened in a hiss, that helps our condition is the flesh, the very hearts and livers of the rats who stole her from us. Oh, shoot. Alright, let's do... I visited the steam pinnace on the beach. Impossible Lamb wasn't overrun by rats. A chalky shore, the page chittered while I inspected the vessel. Rats! Never! The splendor of Cavie overtook this vessel. I was born here, the first native of Cavia, but all of our elders remembered the voyage. It was hard, they say, but we were harder. But the sea is black and unkind. We were lost in the dark for weeks, and no one speaks of those terrible times. But out of the darkness came the light of Our Lady's eye, guiding us here to our own isle. In time we will ride the waves again. Perhaps, once we have recovered our eye. Is it not splendid? It certainly may have been, at one time, but I could see the whole had been severely damaged by the Skintillack reef. There was no way the cavies could hope to repair themselves. Whatever the page said, they were stranded here. Awesome, okay. Visit the barracks. What a chance could guinea pigs stand against the weaponed might of the Rattus Faber? Evening the odds, the page led me to the barracks, where the knights didn't deigns to speak to one so undecorated as I. The page, however, was eager to answer my questions. The rats have no weapons, none to speak of. What is a gun without a bullet, a sword without a blade? Ours are the supplies, the knives, the soft stuffs, and the glory. Their teeth are sharp, it is true, while ours, the page hesitated, the knight glowered at them, are sharper. All praise to the flower of the house of Cavie. One knight preened while another grunted in indifference, working a whetstone along his top front teeth. As I watched, a particularly vigorous swipe knocked a whole incisor out of place. It landed on the ground in the black and bloody mess. The knight grasped the tooth, and vanished from sight. Another guard in a way that dared me to make something of it. Yes, your teeth aren't great. Okay. I had seen enough. It was time for my audience with the king. The page led me, crouching at first, and then on my knees crouching at first, yeah, because I have to crouch in, before the king, Grace Knot, and the seneschal. The king was the largest guinea pig I had ever seen, easily twice the size of the largest knight in his retinue. The seneschal looked positively dainty next to him. We are told, intoned the king, that you have promised your assistance in the house of Cavie. This is agreeable to us, but what form shall your assistance take? Okay, so I offered to retrieve the lady's eye by force. I had guns. I had a boat. I planned to row a raiding party to the northern side of the isle where the Cavies could flank the rat settlement. That's the best shot we got, I guess, yeah. I succeeded. Look at that. Perfect pincer. My plan succeeded brilliantly. It was easy enough to sneak up on the settlement when the soul and I gave off such light and cast such shadows around the shore. Even easier to do what needed to be done when the cavies were rallied by the sight of their treasure. What follows was a tremendous rout. Rats ripped apart, throats and bellies torn open, viscera slickening the sand. The cavies took losses too, but soon the seneschal declared the day won. I was rewarded with a substantial amount of. Oh, no way. Holy. Oh my god. That's amazing. Substantial amount of skintillac. I saw to my surprise that the cavies had a spare number of rats' children and were rounding them up. I commented favorably on this, praising the Seneschal's high-minded mercy. The Seneschal chittered presently. My dear Captain, be assured that we will treat them very well, but it is hardly mercy that motivates the preservation of an enemy's livestock. Yeah. A small rat wept quietly over her parent's severed torso before being prodded and pressed into a march. So I succeeded. Hail Cavia! Quantity is now adequate. Ignorant quality now conflicted. Civilized quality is now troubled. I gained 4 of those. So how's my hold? Oh, I can't check my hold yet. Rats were defeated. Cavia was triumphant. All that remained were the celebrations and the continuation of our voyage. Oh, how we feasted long into the night. Then, I invited one of the cavies to join us. Ooh, I could. I spoke on behalf of the rats. Reputed to be excellent swimmers, adorable enough to boost morale, and if times should become lean, I thought maybe a guinea pig stew would buy a crew a day or two before they started eating. Honestly, sure. Yeah, actually. Welcome aboard. The seneschal, of course, couldn't abandon her duties. She made certain my requests were carried out to the village square. The page squeaked excitedly and sought permission from her to join my party. I will record your doings in the glory of Cavie, he declared, and I'd like to see more of the world. I waited for him to gather up his effects and say goodbye to his family before lifting anchor and setting off. And then... The survivors were being treated poorly, but the rift did not seem entirely insurmountable. Do I speak on behalf of the rats? I mean, yeah, they're good, I think. Generous in victory, I appeal to the house of Cavie's grace and good breeding, and praise King Gracemaw's magnanimity. Perhaps the rats knew not what they did in stealing the eye. Perhaps they were only stumbling about in the dark for a light, as the cavies were themselves while lost at sea. The seneschal and king exchanged a look. The seneschal murmured something into the king's ear, and he purred decisively. To err is marine, to forgive Cavine. He looked towards the chief engineer. You will cede all right to Our Lady's eye, and help us place it back in its pool of holy pilgrimage. And if you agree to terms of tribute, trade, hissed the chief engineer. King Gracemaw chattered his teeth, but the seneschal stepped forward and raised her voice. Perhaps further negotiation is possible. As we left, I saw the page timidly approach an albino rat to inquire about fishing nets. His quality habit is now you forge peace between the rats and cavies. Quality is now optimistic. Alright, we have eaten our fill, and our voyage was concluded. It's time to continue our voyage to see what wonders or terrors awaited us. Hunger quality is now gone. A new nation has been founded. Wow, the end. There, you finish your diary entry. And the final morsels of delicious rat flesh. The cavies lined up to salute you as you leave the victory banquet, escorting you to your ship through the foundations of their new kingdom. I can save the child, the snow child. Wait, actually, he's an officer. A scholarly creature from a warlike nation of aristocrat guinea pigs whose progenitors stole a streamer to escape the locked hutches of a London essayist, apparently. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. The comatose ferret. He's so sad. Can I speak to him? He's so sad. What can I can't even speak to you. I can't speak to you. Okay, well. Oh wow, the rise of Pigment Island. Hail Cavia, the Nice's most adorned nation scurries around your legs. Skittalack harvesters drag heavy bags of the shores island's bounty to their silos. Industrious rodents work hard in towering edifices, some of them almost neck high. London will never believe a bloody word of this. Oh, I could purchase. Erase Pigment civilization for better prices. That's what treasure. Interesting. So I could. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try to steal the lady's eye. Blue Skittalack. Our cavies guard it fiercely, but they're very wary. A more direct return, perhaps. Yeah, that's not a good idea. And I don't think I can do this because I don't have that. So I'll come back. But now, let us race to the Iron Republic, because now we can actually save the kid. That was very lucky. Hey, thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed watching, hit that like button, let me know how you feel in the comments below. And if you want more of me, feel free to subscribe. On screen are a couple videos I personally enjoy. I hope you're having a good day. Take it easy.